Assalamualaikum to my beloved lecturer and friends. My name is Muhammad Hasrid bin Sabri, matrix number 252663 from section 704. Imagine a world where your opportunities are determined not by your abilities but simply by whether you are born male or female. Sadly, this is not just an imagination. It is the reality of gender inequality. And today, I will talk about the problem that it creates, the causes, the way sociology explains it, and finally, some solutions we can take together. And sadly, this is the reality. For instance, let's talk about Hannah. Hannah is a 30 years old married woman with a master's degree in financial banking. Because of her gender, her colleague looked down on her despite having better experience than the others. And Hannah thinks that she's suitable for the new position for the COO. But instead, a male with a degree gets the job because of the gender discrimination. This is a perfect example of patriarchy, a gender inequality at the workplace. Okay, what is patriarchy? Patriarchy is a system where men hold more power. With how the world really depends on patriarchy and really only depends on men. And this shows a really bad example for those women who want to pursue more in their life. Then, I'm going to talk about the causes of gender inequality. Why does gender inequality exist in the first place? Firstly, our societies are deeply influenced by patriarchy, just as I mentioned 1 minute ago. Secondly, cultural norms and stereotypes shape our expectations, such as believing men should lead while women should care for the home. And thirdly, structural barriers in workplace, politics, education, and these all examples limit the women's opportunities. And together, these causes make inequality not just an individual issue, but also a problem built into the very structure of society itself. Ida Wells Barnett mentioned about her feminist perspective or simply the gender conflict theory. I believe this perspective of her really relates to the equal rights of women to the world. Male considered more highly valued compared to female, which is the perfect example of patriarchy itself. The theory mentioned that gender should be equally respected, as humans should reach their potential without limits based on their gender. And now, I'm going to talk about solutions based on sociological approaches. So, how do we actually solve gender inequality? Firstly, in education, the government should ensure equal access and break the stereotypes by encouraging girls in science and boys in caregiving roles. Meanwhile, in the workplace, we should enforce equal pay laws and promote family-friendly policies like maternity and paternity leave. At the policy level, the government plays a big role in enforcing law against discrimination and gender-based violence. But most importantly, change must begin with us. By sharing responsibilities at home, respecting one another, and teaching children the values of equality since they are young. Think of a society as a bird with two wings, one wing male, one wing female. If one wing is weaker, can the bird truly fly? Of course no. Only when both wings are strong and equal, this can ensure the society to soar to its highest potential. So, let's strive for a world where opportunities are based not on gender, but on talent and determination. Because when men and women rise together, society rises higher.